This week we've been getting inflation data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. In my previous video, I covered the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, and CPI inflation came in at 2.7% at an annual rate, which was lower than what was expected. And when it comes to the PPI, the report we have now, the Producer Price Index, that has also come in lower than expected. It's come in at an annual rate of 2.3%. It was expected to be 2.5% and down from May, which was at 2.7%. So the reason this is important is because we've had tariffs now for 5 months on lots of goods. Steel and aluminum at 50%, copper at 50% now, cars and auto parts at 25%, and a minimum of a 10% tariff on everything, although plenty of goods have been tariffed at a higher rate than that. So this has been going on for 5 months. We've collected over $120 billion in tariffs this year, but the tariff prices are not showing up in inflation. And in fact, we even have declining prices in countries like China. China's undergoing a very strong deflation right now. And part of that is due to the fact that Chinese producers are lowering their prices to make their products competitive in the United States due to the tariffs. We also have deflation going on in countries like Thailand and Indonesia. So there is deflation going on. There are producer prices dropping specifically so that they don't raise prices on their customers, on their end customers, because they don't want to lose the markets that they're in. So when we look at the producer price index report, what do we see? I'll go through a few of the highlights. So in June, a 0.3% advance in prices for final demand goods offset a minus 1% decrease in the index for final demand services. I should say a 0.1% decrease in the final demand services. Prices for final demand, less food, energy, and trade services were unchanged in June after inching up 0.1% in May. For the 12 months ended in June, the index for final demand, less food, energy, and trade advanced at 2.5%. So there we get the full 2.5% year over year for the month of June. So just to look at some charts here, you can see the headline PPI rose 2.3% year over year, down from a revised higher 2.7% in May. Now, if you look at this chart, you can see that we had rising prices, rising PPI ever since January of 2023, all the way up to last year. And most of this year, it's been coming down. And that is that's at odds with the tariffs that we've had. You'd expect them to go up if the tariffs prices were really feeding through. Then to look at another chart here on the services PPI deflating month over month basis, you can see we're down below zero. So we have, when it comes to services, now that's really not involved with the tariffs, but we have declining prices when it comes to services. And then also when we look at energy prices have continued to come down. They've been coming down all year. So that may be due to the reduced demand for things like gasoline as well as pumping more oil. So we have declining energy prices as well. I'll also include a screenshot of the full 12-month percentage change chart of the PPI for final demand goods and final demand services. And just to reiterate, down at the bottom, for total final demand for June for goods is zero. It's flat. Final demand, less food, energy, and trade is zero. It's flat. The total is 0.3%. Foods, 0.2%. Energy, 0.6%. Less foods and energy is 0.3%. And the total is minus 0.1%. Then trade is 0%. Then this is the final demand services. Transportation and warehousing was down minus 0.9%, and other was down minus 0.1%. So if you pause the video, you could see the Depending on your screen resolution, you may or may not be able to read this chart, but I'll just include it there for reference. So there you have it, the producer prices for June. We just got those numbers this week, and they are completely flat for June. We're not seeing tariffs being pushed through on producer prices for the most part. 0.3% on goods, minus 0.1% on services. Not really anything. We've had continuing disinflation, a reduction in inflation over time, and it's just a trend line downward. It's more of what we've seen. So we're really not seeing the tariffs being pushed through at all. If you're interested in more videos on economics, trade, and business, please subscribe to the channel. And if you like this video, please give this video a like. And I will see you in the next one.